guys, it's Khaki. It has been 18 weeks today since I had my gastric bypass the day before Thanksgiving in 2022. It has been a more challenging week this week. Um, I had a lot of plans this past week, which did not come to fruition. I was supposed to go out on Friday evening with some friends. One of my friends was sick, so we have rescheduled that. I was supposed to go out with a friend on Thursday evening. I had a toothache, so I had to reschedule that. And then on Sunday, my husband and I were going to a Preds game, and neither of us really felt up to it. So we have uh, got those tickets in an account to trade for another game. So, as far as going out, it has been a relatively quiet week. This is my first week since I had surgery that I have had a little bit of a gain. I gained zero point 0.6 pounds this week. I'm not concerned about it. I didn't like it, but I looked back at my intake the past week and nothing has changed. I don't have any more carbs than normal. My protein level is about the same as it has been. My fat level, everything has been about the same, and I guess my body is just fluctuating a little bit or trying to catch up. So, last night I stepped on this morning is my weigh in day. A lot of times before my weigh-in day, I'll actually step on the scale the night before because typically if I've lost weight, I can tell even the night before. When I stepped on the scale last night, I knew it was going to be up a little bit. And I actually thought about not weighing this morning, for my mental health and everything else. And then I thought, well, that's silly. It's part of the process, and I need to ignore it kind of um it's not being true to myself. When I look back in a year, I want to be able to see the truth about my journey. And I weighed in, I recorded it, and hopefully I'll move on. And hopefully next week I'll have a loss. If not, I'm going to send my food journal to the nutritionist and see if there's any changes that she thinks that I should make. But overall, I think I'm doing fine. I think it's just a little blip on the screen. One weird thing that happened this week. I take a medication to help me sleep. I've done it for years. One of the potential side effects is nighttime eating that you're unaware of, kind of like a sleepwalking behavior. This happened to me a couple of times when I first started the medication years ago. Well, I guess it was Thursday evening. It had been a very stressful week. And I woke up the next morning and I had the taste of walnuts in my mouth. And I thought, what is that? I mean, it was a very identifiable taste. So I went into my kitchen, and there on the counter was an empty little snack size bag. I haven't eaten nuts since my surgery, but in my pre op, 2 week pre op diet, we could have walnuts and some other, I think pistachios, I can't remember. But anyway, we could have a very small amount of walnuts once a day. So when I was in my pre op period, I had divvied out the appropriate serving of walnuts and put them in some snack bags. Well, I guess during the night I got up, ate the walnuts. I'm glad I tolerated them. This was the first time I've had nuts since surgery. But it's the first time that I have seen any evidence of this happening, and I've been very aware of it since it happened. I've kind of like looked for weird things out of place or weird taste in my mouth when I wake up. Don't think it's happened again. Looking back at the week, I think it's probably related to stress. So I counted that ounce of walnuts in my eating the day before, and I was still within my acceptable limit of macros and kind of where I want to be with calories. So it wasn't a big deal, but that's a weird feeling if you've never experienced it, to get up and see that you've done something while you were asleep and didn't realize it. So, like I said, I did have a pretty stressful week. I know that there are some studies that cortisol levels related to stress can influence your weight. So, who knows? That may be part of it. As you know, I'm in healthcare and it's been a very busy time. And, I've had some losses recently with some long term patients. So, you know, definitely stress level up this week. I have been obsessed with something that I discovered. I have been making kale chips, which I'm not a huge kale eater, but these are so good. I just buy either the prepackaged kale leaves or a bunch of kale, remove the stems, uh, barely spray them with some olive oil, and then dust them with a little bit of salt or like some ranch powder, cayenne pepper, any kind of seasoning that I want to, garlic powder, and basically dehydrate them until they're crunchy but not burned. And they are so good. They satisfy that crunchy urge. And let's face it, with a very minimum amount of oil, not much healthier thing than kale. So it's still, I've had kale chips that I've bought at the store, but the macros on that, a lot of fat in them because they are, saturated with oil to make them crispy. The way that I do them in the air fryer, that's not the case. So it's basically, 2 cups of kale. Raw kale has 14 calories and a lot of fiber, a lot of good nutrition. So, it's something I've really enjoyed the last couple of weeks. Another thing that I've really enjoyed as far as food intake, I bought some of those palmini noodles that are the hearts of palm made into noodles. I haven't had them warm as a pasta with sauce, but I made some pasta salad and, rinse them off. Got some fat free Italian dressing, put some veggies like tomatoes, cucumbers, onion, a few olives in with them, and basically, let it sit for a little while to soak up those flavors. And I've been having that as my side for, with my protein occasionally, and I've really enjoyed that. So if that's the kind of thing that sounds good to you, you might check it out. The key is to rinse the noodles really well before you mix them in with your ingredients to get the salty preservative taste off of them. I did buy some new inexpensive clothes from Shein. My clothes are basically falling off of me. Don't want to invest a lot of money in it because, hopefully I've still got a lot of weight loss to go. So the things that I buy now, it's kind of a temporary thing, but I did get a few new dresses, a few new tops, very inexpensive. So that was kind of a good thing this week. So, anyway, that has been my week. Not the greatest, but not a bad week. And, my plans for next week, I've got a lot planned next week as far as friends, hockey games. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And hopefully the weight loss will come next week and the stress level will be down. So, anyway, guys, I will update next week. I am planning on doing a what I eat in a day video in the interim, so be on the lookout for that. And I hope everybody has a great week. Bye.